All right, so welcome to Singapore on the Marina Bay Street Circuit for the Singapore Grand Prix. I qualified 13th for this race, but I know the car is going to be quite a handful to drive around here. And also, the regulation changes have been announced, so chassis and reliability are going to be the ones that are hit hardest. So probably may have to cease development of the car so I can protect those upgrades. But either way, in terms of the standings, I'm actually got 43 points, only 10 behind Pierre. In terms of constructors, um, about 22 behind AlphaTauri, but I don't think I'm going to catch AlphaTauri, so I don't know unless both Pierre and Yuki retire. But other than that, I mean, I think that I think I'm probably content with where I'm going to finish. But yeah, it's going to now be about protecting those upgrades so I don't lose those for Season 3 of the career mode. As
Here we go then, it's Formula One in Marina Bay once again, and welcome to all of you at home who join us today for this fascinating race around the baking hot, horribly humid, but very beautiful streets of Singapore. The Marina Bay Street Circuit then has 23 corners, 13 to the left and 10 to the right, taking us a total of 3.1 miles around the landmarks of downtown Singapore. An average lap speed around here, just 107 miles per hour. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you got your own race to run. I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo and Sainz, Hamilton, Bottas, Gasly and Lance Stroll, Vettel, Russell, Bird and Tsunoda, Delatraz, Giovinazzi, Esteban Ocon and Guan Yu Zhou, Raikkonen, Latifi, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
But yeah, I would definitely run the mediums at first because the car is just much faster on the softs. So yeah, and I definitely want to lighten the fuel load a bit. And it can maybe go slightly smaller on the fuel. Yeah, it should be good enough. So the car is pretty good at fuel mileage. So I'll just make sure I leave enough in there. Alright. Let's go ahead and begin the Singapore Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
We've reached a worrying level of wear on the internal combustion engine. Let's try and keep the revs down. Early upshifts, later downshifts.
Okay, all clear. Up to P10. Yeah, I don't think you'd want to try passing me there, George. That was close. Almost ran into Pierre there. Thankfully, I avoided him just in time, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm running an old engine for this race. As you know, Singapore is not a power track. This is a downforce track, so definitely don't need as much horsepower to get around this track, but need all the downforce I can get. And I know the car just doesn't have the aero and chassis upgrades needed to really fly around this track. But I know the car can run decent around here. I know that.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
But either way, the rest of the season's going to be about protecting those upgrades that are going to be lost at season's end. So the top priority is to protect those pieces of the car that are going to be outlawed for next season.
We're accumulating some wear on the MGUK. To manage this, we'll need to lower our ERS deployment mode. DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
See if I can slip by Pierre coming into the corner here. Alright. Got around him safely.
Nice work, that brings you up a place.
And yeah, I know it might appear like I'm shortcutting the course, but, you know, to make overtakes here, sometimes you're going to just have to do that, you know. But also a way to avoid all the walls and stuff. Yeah, a little kiss of the wall there.
You're pulling out a second lap on the car behind.
Carlos is sliding a bit in front of me. Tell some of the guys are already stopping. Alright, they're pitting.
Fantastic stuff. Really well done. That's first. First.
Okay, Louis in.
Louis is coming in for his stop.
Alright. That way King Louis has his tires. Whoopsie, got in the throttle way too hard there. Yeah, got in the gas a little too hard. Thought the car had confidence that the car would have the amount of grip needed to. Felt confident the car would have the grip there on the exit of the corner, but then the tires just didn't have that grip. And the car just decided to snap loose on me and spin. And I know the tires are going to really start wearing down, I know that.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the softs. Gap to teammate behind is 39.2 seconds. We're going to box this lap, push hard on the in-lap.
Was expecting the sign to be right at the line. Yeah, it's gonna cost me a couple seconds. I know this.
Complete, go now.
Really good stop, guys. 2 seconds. Good job.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Alright. Now that I got the soft tires, I should definitely be able to run down Pierre. But I'm gonna have, but I only got a short window of opportunity to attack.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
DRS. You know what the good thing is? Purple in Sector 2. Alright, time to go on the offense. Gonna have to outbrake him going into...
Charger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum.
Alright, got him. fastest
Good job.
lap.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far. There's 3 laps of fuel remaining. Our gap to the car in front is 6.3 seconds. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap. We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. This is your final lap of the race.
Alright, I gotta save the battery.
Okay, gap ahead is 5.2 seconds.
Charles Leclerc gets the win. Alright, P9. That was a good run.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Very good run.
It's never easy to make it across the finish line here in Singapore, but they've done so with some style here today to take a remarkable victory. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
I have to give it to Bird. They did a great job at getting the most out of their tyres without losing pace, something that's a very handy skill to have in modern-day Formula One.
Let's move on to the constructors. Red Bull pull further ahead in the standings. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
Louise down in 17th. Alright. He did good. But yeah, never thought I'd actually get fastest lap in the race. I mean, that's huge. Really gives my team lots of confidence, that's for sure.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. It made it look easy. Your team must be ecstatic with how you're performing.
After the regulation changes were announced, was it all hands on deck for next year's car?
Great. Well, that's everything.
Yeah, I gotta work on next year's car, obviously, because I need to save those upgrades that I have. This probably might be the time I'm gonna have to stop developing this year's car. I mean, I'm comfortable in 6th in the constructors, so it's not like I'm gonna lose a lot. So, meanwhile, at team headquarters, Warren Components, yeah, I know. And then I'll renew the sponsors. You know what that means? I gotta put him back on the car. So yeah, yeah. And I want... Okay. That'll do. And I got personal stickers, which I don't really care about. Alright. So yeah, now let's go ahead and continue to rescue my upgrades. Need to protect that. And let's see. That one. Okay. Alright. So I got that much. Don't want to do any other investments right now at the moment. Yeah, continue to build on it. Yeah, definitely want to continue building on the team, obviously. Still helping Louis, though. And then for there... Now, Japan isn't a horsepower track, I know that, but I'll want to run the... keep those on for then. Yeah, turbo's kind of getting a little worn, but I'll put that on a while. Alright. Because I definitely want to save the other power units, especially for places like like Austin, my home track, Abu Dhabi. I'd want to save the newer power units for then. I know that for sure. Japan isn't high speed. It's high speed corners, but not exactly high speed where you need a lot of speed on the straights.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
Alright. So... Okay. So yeah, next episode will be the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka. So see you guys in the land of the rising sun. Bye.